Welcome to Ashton Gate for Friday Night Rugby and our only home game in February. Bristol are flying high at the moment and they face an Ealing side who are battling to avoid relegation. Let's hand over to Tom to see if Bristol can continue their winning run.
Thanks, Georgia. Well, a handful of changes for Andy Robinson's side this evening then, as Bristol will continue their charge into the playoffs. There's a notable return for Ian Evans after a lengthy spell on the sidelines. He starts in the second row. And Ollie Robinson takes over the captaincy from David Lemmy for tonight's game at Ashton Gate. And a late change on the bench sees Max Crumpton replace Nick Costa. Bristol get a shove on. Around 15 metres or so from the Ealing line. Really motoring forwards now. It's splintered off to the left. Now it's picking up real pace. Ollie Robinson in possession at the back. Are we going to see him score from the back of a driving maul again? We are. He's come back into the side as captain and he's back on the score sheet at Ashton Gate. Great start from the forwards here, asserting their dominance early. A real shove. Top class work from the forwards. Henson slots his conversion. Bristol up to 7 inside 5 minutes. Penalty slotted by Henson. And Bristol are up to 10. Cliff's there though. Skips out Evans to Robinson. Henson. Nice little step from him, keeping the defence guessing. Eadie. Amesbury outside him, gets the ball away. Is Charlie going in here? Gives it to Mosses. And Bristol over for the second in the corner. What a try that was. Eadie held the ball, pulled the man in. Charlie Amesbury skillfully with the left hand got the ball away to Ben Mosses. That's 2 from 2 for Ben Mosses. Scored last week. He's scored again tonight. About as tricky as it gets for Henson. And pulls the ball round superbly. Henson, second penalty's good. And keeps Bristol's score ticking on. Cliff's got Robinson on his shoulder, who carries up to around 10 metres from the Ealing line. Quick ball here from Bristol would be beneficial. Joyce carries in. Ian Evans picks the ball up. Phillips gets the ball away to Mosses, who goes over his second of the night. Great score from Bristol. Ian Evans went close, but the defence from Ealing couldn't hold out once the support poured in from Bristol. And Mosses was the beneficiary of a neat offload for his second try. And Henson adds 2 extra. And Bristol are walking away with this first half. Cliff does well to pick up the loose ball, and Eadie has the ball ripped off of him. Could Ealing break away here? If the ball goes wide, they've got some space out there. Van Dal's got a lot of work to do here, and Ealing are through for their first score of the evening. And the longest period of possession they've had so far in this half, and it has paid. Phil Chester's tore away down the wing. Bristol's defence was tied into the middle of the field. There was that much space out there. Joyce changes direction, just squeezes through the first tackle, brought down. Cliff deals with a loose ball. Henson. This ball to Van Dal from Mosses. That almost happened too quickly for my eyes to keep up with. A lovely little pop from Ben Mosses to Van Dal, who was running such a hard line. And just ghosted straight through the Ealing defence. Wonderful, wonderful score. Ben Mosses scoring 2 And now setting one up as well. Henson stays at 100%. Townsend steps in. Henson, flowing move, and Amesbury's on the end of it. And Bristol are up to 5 tries now. What a score from Charlie Amesbury to get in from out there with that much pace past that many defenders. Really neat flowing move once again. Bristol's backs getting a real look in tonight. Can Bristol add to this glut of tries? Joyce, lovely pop from Joyce off the top to Robinson, and almost in a mirror of the last time Ross McMillan was on the pitch here at Ashton Gate. He snuck in down the outside of the wing to get another try for Bristol. Really happy with that one. Cries of knock on in the build up to this from the Bristol crowd, but Ealing are knocking on the Bristol door here. Just need to put the ball down, they do. They're over in the corner. The referee awards the try. Reece Crane, who went over. There seems to be just that little bit of space. The only area of the field that Ealing look like they've threatened Bristol has been in the wings. Slow ball for Bristol. Joyce pops the ball out. Crumpton fighting once again towards the line. Still short Bristol though. Expect another pick and go from the forwards. Morgan screaming for it. Ollie Robinson's in the corner without a man in front of him. And he dives over for his second of the evening. Bristol were just knocking away on the door there. It was only a matter of time before Ollie Robinson snuck in for his second. One from the back of the maul, and the second right out on the touchline to dive over in the bottom corner. Long from McMillan. Push backwards for Robinson's in possession of this. It's not for Robinson, it's Max Crumpton who's over the line. And Bristol are in again. Another score for the forwards. This time Max Crumpton in possession of what's been a superbly dominant forward pack tonight. Ealing have only really looked a threat on the wings. The Bristol forwards have been all over them. Amesbury linking with Roberts, rips the ball out of Ealing hands. Morgan, space opening up in front of him. Breaks through, chips ahead. If this sits up well, Morgan's going to score what's going to be one of the best tries you'll see at Ashton Gate this season. Absolutely perfect. A wonderful score. The ball being ripped out of Ealing hands initially by Roberts. Then Morgan had so much space in front of him, chipped on, and the way that ball sat up, it was only ever going one way. And Morgan dives in over the line. No mistake from Henson, adds 2 extras, and there's only a couple of minutes to play.
Well, an impressive bonus point victory for Bristol then, who edge ever closer to securing a spot in that final top 4. For all the post-match reaction from tonight's game, click here. Now there's a break from Championship action until the top of the table clash against Yorkshire Carnegie at the end of the month. We'll see you then.